Welcome to the show.
Right in the
Coffee
morning,
with Nikkie.
right
In this morning show, we are here to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business, and we'll support you every step of the way.
right in the morning.
Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Coffee with
Wake
Nikkie.
up everybody in the morning, wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie, oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women, make it sound easy. Wake up everybody in the morning, wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing this amazing morning? It is a Fenty onesie type of day. Listen, it is cold outside. My mom sent me a text message this morning and she's talking about it's cold outside. I said, how cold is it? Is it 3 degrees there? And she said, no, it's 4. It's 4 degrees where my mom is. Let me check and see what the weather is where we are. It is 9 degrees. It is cold outside. It is cold outside. Sean talking about we're supposed to have another snowstorm this weekend. Listen, I told y'all the birds are chirping. The birds are really out there chirping. So I don't know what they're going to do in the midst of this snowstorm that is supposed to be happening. Where are they going? Where are they going? Up in the trees is going to be cold. I don't know. Well, welcome to Coffee with Nikkie. I am your host, Miss Nikkie, and this is your daily cup of information and inspiration. And I have been trying to get to Rihanna. We've been touching on Rihanna, and I say, oh, we're going to do a Rihanna. We're going to do this case study. We're going to do it. And we've been talking about quite a few things. We've been talking about the Book of Enoch. We've been talking about the movie, The Storm of the Century. And somebody has said, and here I go. I promise I'm not going to stay there. Somebody said, their favorite movies was The Storm of the Century and The Stand by Stephen King, right? And so again, I'm not a Stephen King head. I'm not one of those people. You know, I haven't watched every movie, read every book. I'm not one of those. And so I was like, okay, so I'm catching up, right? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna check it out. I don't remember who said this, but I was watching The Stand yesterday, and it's very slow. It's very, very slow. I'm like, when is the action about to take place and what's going on? I'm very confused. So I don't know if I'm gonna continue watching it, or maybe I'm just gonna fast forward to the end, or maybe I'm gonna just get a summary of it, because I'm like, I'm not feeling it. And The Storm of the Century I thought was cool, but like I said, I didn't like the ending. But again, it for dramatic effect for myself, you know what I mean? So yeah. So we'll see, Mr. Wilson. And then also, I think today I am going to test out my whatnot again, because I'm gonna keep on doing whatnot until I figure out what my cadence is and my flow and all of that. So I'm gonna go on it again and I'm gonna see. And because I'm gonna be that girl over there. Listen, I got things to do, I got goals, and that's one of them. That's one of them, to master whatnot. So I'm going to do it again today, and I'm going to make custom perfume rollers. And so if you want to join me. I'll have all that information on my stories, and then you'll be able to see it. But with that being said, y'all, let's see who's in the building. And like I was saying, we were going to talk about Fenty and how Rihanna shows up for the brand and how it is important for all of us who has who have businesses and services and things like that to actually show up, because if we're not showing up, the people are not going to show up for us. We have to speak up, we have to speak out, we also have to show up in order for the people to purchase from us, because if we're not doing that, then how are they ever supposed to know about our product? And I tell you, I say this a lot, that you all have amazing products. You all have amazing reasons why you started the brands that you've started. You have things that you need to share with the world, and the world needs your services. And I'm not just saying it because it's a cliche thing to say, but it's actually true. The world needs what you have. Somebody needs to heal. Some of y'all have healing brands that's all about healing. Y'all have brands all about getting into yourself and getting in tune and speaking from a place of peace and all of these things. You have such amazing brands, but refuse to show up thinking that it's just about the product. Now, the product is something that is going to help you get there, but the product is not going to be the thing that's going to take you over the edge. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be about your relationships. It's going to be about the communities that you build, and it's going to be about the impact that you make. And you may think that just poor little old you don't have anything to offer and anything to give, but you do. So why did I sound like I was from Baltimore? But you do. Yeah, so I need y'all to step up, and I need y'all to show up and show out, because again, the world needs what you have. And this is not the year. I know last year I said don't play yourself small, but this is not the year for you to play small. 2026, if 2025 didn't teach you anything about showing up, 2026 should show you like this is the absolute time. There is no better time than now for you to show up. Right? The time for you to show up was yesterday, but you didn't. And so now is the time. Right? Now is the time. Now is the time for you to get out your way. Now is the time for you to say, all right, let me just go on ahead, bite this bullet and say, okay, I haven't been on social media. I don't really like social media. I really don't like the way I sound. I really don't like the way I look when I'm speaking on camera. I really don't. Just show up anyway. Just show up anyway, because who else is going to show up for your brand? Nobody else is going to show up for your brand. So it is up to you to show up for yourself. I need y'all to put show up for yourself in the chat, please. And thank you. I need y'all to put show up in the chat. Now, the reason why I wanted to use Rihanna as an example, because Rihanna shows up, even though she does not have to show up. Rihanna has a big budget that she can do whatever she wants to get the audience that she wants, right? She can have all the ads in the world that she wants. She can have all of the top celebrities pushing her brand if she wanted. She can have and she can do whatever she wants because she has the machine behind her. But the thing about Rihanna is that she chooses to show up anyway. And that is one thing that I wanted to share with everybody, is that Rihanna shows up anyway. She doesn't have to. And if she does, she shows up and she's building community, she's building relationships, and not just no superficial relationships. Like, she is building these relationships with influencers, with even micro influencers, inviting them out to events and things like that she's having, or she has she even has a little not a little, but she has an Instagram group where she or the team, they keep on talking with the people, let them know what's coming up, let them know they want their feedback and things like that. This is how she keeps her hands on the pulse of the culture. Right? Now you can say, well, this is something that she's doing it, and she's it's not even predatory, but it's something that she's doing just because it helps out her brand. Even if that's what she's doing because it helps out her brand, it's authentic relationships that she's building. How many of y'all can say that you're building authentic relationships with your customers? If you are, put it in the chat. Let me see. Now let me get into the chat and see who's in, so we could just go on ahead and start. We're just going to start talking, right? We're going to start talking. All right, come on, first in the building. I don't see anything else on the screen when I come into StreamYard. It just starts right here. So the first person I see is my good sis, the HBIC of BCMC and of BCMC University, the one-hit wonder, the rap legend, the rap god, the princess of Ghana, the jewels of Ghana. My good sis, Jewels is in the building. Good morning, sis. Good morning. I mean, elevated awakenings and grand risings, my sister. How are you doing this amazing day? This amazing Wednesday? How are you doing? All right. Good morning, Christina. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Why am I look crazy? Okay. Do my eye look crazy to y'all? No, we good. Okay. Good morning, Michelle Robinson. How are you doing this amazing morning? Christina bought the flowers this morning. Hey, come on, Christina. Good morning. We got Big Meech in the building, y'all. Good morning, everyone. Hit the like button. You already know.
I think I'm Big Meech.
Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's see. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? I hope all is well with you. Big Meech said it's 10 degrees out there. It is 10 degrees. Listen, it's a sunshiny day though. It's a sunny day, but it is 9 degrees here. 9 degrees. Mish got 10. Listen. Good morning, Damien. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? Listen, we got my good sis. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Chantel. And she did her What Not show last night, too. So listen, it's a good place to be. But you know what you better do?
You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave.
Period. Period. Oh my God, isn't she? She is. Good morning, Melly Mel. Melly Mel, what happened to your morning greetings? What happened to your morning greetings? 2026 came and we don't get our party people. Party people. We don't get that anymore, Melly Mel? What happened? What happened? What happened? Chantel said, I love Whatnot. All right. Okay. Yes, me too. Me too. I'm going back. Yes, you have to. Hit the like button. The math's not mathing. Let's get it. Let's go. As soon as y'all come in, just hit the like button, y'all. Just hit the like button. Just hit the like button. Thank you so much, Melissa. Good morning, Sheila from VA. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Don't be laughing at me, Melly Mel. Where's our morning greetings? Where is our morning greetings? We need them. All right. So let's get into it, right? Rihanna, I got my notes here. I got some facts and stats here. Like I'm not playing with this. I'm not playing with it because I really want y'all to get into the mindset. I really want you to start thinking about, hey, you know, and it doesn't have to be every celebrity because I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not think that Beyonce don't show up like this. Beyonce, I think Beyonce attaches her name, and this, Chantel might get a little. I'm tap dancing on Chantel for a second, but Beyonce, she does these brand deals, and even with herself, and then you don't believe that she's wearing it. You don't believe that this is part of her lifestyle. You don't believe it. You believe that, and this is just what I think, right? This doesn't mean that everybody in the world thinks this. That she's doing it to get her paycheck. Like she did have her cute Adidas thing, and I'm like, oh, this is cute, but it should have been everywhere. She should have been wearing it every time we seen her. She should have been, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't see that in her, right? But on the other hand, Rihanna, you see her always using her stuff. Like it's not just a one-time thing. You believe that she's using it. You believe that she really truly loves it. You believe that it's part of her lifestyle, right? And that's the difference between Rihanna and Beyonce. Yet you would think that because Beyonce has a huge fan base that they're automatically going to just go out and anything that she does is going to sell out. And so that was a concept for a little while until people started realizing that that's not what they're going to do, right? They'll go and support her music because they love her music, but let her come out with something and she may not, like when she came out with the House of Darion jeans. I don't know how her secret hair stuff is going. I don't know how that's going. I should have researched that so I could have it for today. But I believe you used it for the campaign. I don't believe that that's what you use in your hair care all the time, because if that's what you used in your hair care all the time, then that should have been kind of like what you've been doing to show the people that it works, that you always use it as part of your lifestyle, that it's just something that is not a money grab for you. This is something that you do. This is not just another stream of income, right? Beyonce, to me, y'all, to me, and if y'all have other input, I would love to hear it. Does not embody her brands. Does not, like, she, like, House of Darion, it was supposed to be made for curvier hip girls, and that was beautiful, but I should have been seeing you in everything. Should have been House of Darion, and you should have had it in everybody's hands. And the thing about Rihanna is Rihanna makes sure that you know that she is wearing her stuff, she is using her stuff, and then not only is she wearing and using it, but she coming down with the people. I gotta talk to the people. I need to see what the people think about my product. Beyonce, not so much. Do y'all think Beyonce gonna hold an event and be at the event and take pictures and stuff like that and do that consistently, or does it seem like it would be inauthentic? I just I just want to know, do y'all think that that would be inauthentic? I think it would be a great idea if she has done something like that, but it doesn't feel like that's what she would do. Anybody else? Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what your thoughts are. Anybody else? Damien said we are 29 degrees here today, and they are calling for snow here this weekend. Oh, yep, us too. I don't know how I feel about whatnot yet. I am working on stuff so I can get on there. It's not about what you like, not about what you feel. You gotta test the waters. Like, once you get on there and see, you like, oh, okay, I know I got to do this, I got to do that, because I still haven't perfected it myself too. So I don't, I have a feeling that it's going to be great because that's the direction of sales these days. Live selling is the thing. As you can see, there's lots of people on there. I have way more people on my whatnot shows than I do on my Instagram lives. You know what I mean? So and the people that are there to buy. So I'm still playing around with it. I'm still trying to find my place and my way there, but it's a new stream. It's a new stream, and it's a new audience. So you got to think about it like that. It's a new stream, it's a new audience. These are people that you're not in front of when you are on your social media and things like that. So that's how I got to put it in my head. So I got to put it in perspective. I got to put it in perspective like that too. Whatnot question. It automatically charges after each purchase, or you can get combined transactions. So what it does is that you're going to pay one shipping price, right? You pay one shipping price, and for every item that you purchase, you're going to do it. I think they do it. I think it's one transaction. Like, once the show is over, it's one transaction. That's how I think it is. I have to check and see, because when I purchased yesterday, it was one, but I only purchased one time. But it's you see it immediately. So let me know if, when you check your statement, let me know if it came out more than once, Christina. Let me know in the chat. Well, so one thing I am going to do, what I'm thinking about doing is, my contact lens is bothering me. One thing that I'm thinking about doing is, again, here we go with the removal of TikTok. That is another conversation that I want to have, because of their new policies and things that they're requiring and stuff like that. I think I may be taking myself off of TikTok, and not because I have anything to worry about, right? Because I'm a citizen and all of that other stuff. But I don't like the information that it wants to take from you. And also, it is, I've been looking at some people. I think Michi actually sent me this video. They are, what is the word? Concealing. There are, what is the word that I'm looking for? Somebody give me the word. There are, it's on the tip of my tongue. They're just hiding certain information. So if it's like political, if it's like stuff like that, they're suppressing. They're suppressing videos. So I'm not liking it anymore. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not big and popping over there, like, where it makes a difference, because my business ain't on TikTok. But I do know that you have access to a lot of people there. So I don't know. I'm weighing my options. I'm weighing my options to see. Beyonce is doing more than she did. Beyonce is doing more than she was with Secret. Ivy Park has so much potential. It did, and I thought it was cute. I thought Ivy Park was super cute, and I thought the girlies would love it. And she should have made sure that she could have killed that brand. She could have killed it. Why? Because Adidas is already popping, right? Next thing is the outfits they will fly. They will fly. Why wouldn't you take it to the streets? That's because you see, once you get a certain type of celebrity, you think that, oh, I have to do is attach my name. And maybe she thought that. And then Rihanna came along and showed y'all, let me tell you something. I got the money, I got the celebrity, and I could put my name on something and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna be better than everybody. She was taking everybody out. Why? Because Rihanna was very focused on inclusion, right? She was very focused on inclusion. And since she was, everybody felt that she saw them, right? People don't feel like that with Beyonce. People don't feel like that unless you are a celebrity or unless you, because that's what it was given, right? She was sending all the top celebrities a package. They was getting these trunks of the Ivy Park, right? They were getting trunks of these things, and only the celebrities were getting these things. And they may have been some high profile influencers that was getting them. But she wasn't catering to everybody else. She wasn't catering to the micro influencers. Like, she should have been everywhere. Like a tour. She should have been wearing that all up and through her tour. It shouldn't have been no other designer. It should have only been Ivy Park in her tour. Only. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I know Chantel could tell me because that is her girl. Was she may have wore a thing or two in her tour, but was she representing Ivy Park to the fullest? Chantel, that's for you. Let me see. I guess I see why people can remove the payment info and seller get stuck. Well, no. They won't. They won't get stuck. They won't get stuck, and that's why you have to. Jules like, I gotta put everything in here but my child, because they want to make sure that the payments and everything goes through. So yeah, they take it immediately. Some people cancel, but I think that's as much as you can do is cancel the purchase. Happy Wednesday, Facey. Happy Wednesday. Hope mom is healing and doing well. Beyonce is doing more with Secret. And I think she's learning, and she's learned from I think she's learned from Rihanna and also from Kim Kardashian, right? Because Kim Kardashian is another one. At first, you get to attach your name to certain things, but when you start becoming the brand, I started watching a little bit of her masterclass. When you start becoming the brand and people start seeing that this is part of your lifestyle, then they understand. This is how she was talking about when she started doing Skims and how she was dyeing her undergarments, her support garments. She was dyeing them to match more of her skin color because, you know, the ones that were out there were not to match her color. And that's how she came up with this. And that's how she made it inclusive and da, 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 da. But people seen, okay, you may be surgerized, but I do see you wearing your stuff. I do see you saying, you know, I'm not perfect, I'm imperfect. This is why I'm wearing this. This is why I'm wearing a slimmer. This is why I'm wearing a waist snatcher. This is why I'm doing these things, right? Because I do have imperfections too. But then she was okay sharing her imperfections. And by her sharing her imperfections, it made everybody think, okay, so she's relatable. I think with Beyonce don't care for you to be relatable. And I don't know if she cares to be relatable or her team, it's her team or whatever, but it's not, it's you don't think, you know, like, oh, well, she don't have cellulite, she don't have this, she don't have that. And you know she does. And she'll probably allude to it at times, but it's not something that, you know, like, oh, you know, I've been gaining weight and I need my booty to be lifted up or whatever. And this is why I created the jeans. You may say that one time, but you need to say it and do it and show. Because that is what's showing the people that it really is relatable, like you are really like them. And I think Kim Kardashian, I think she does a really good job of it. And I also think Rihanna does a great job of that. right? Because people want to see that you're not perfect. Yes, they want you to be perfect, performing and all of that other stuff, but they want to see the real part of you too, so that they can have that connection. And that's what I say about building your brands. It's about that connection. We've got to start building relationships with our audience, because if you're not building your relationships with your audience, you're missing out on an opportunity for these people to be your advocates. They go out into the world and they speak about your brands, and they speak highly about your brands in the rooms and the places and spaces that you are not. And so it is very important for you to build these brands. And like I said, Kim Kardashian could afford to not be a part of anything and not be included in it. She could just use her celebrity to sell something, and she has. And I'm not saying that she hasn't and she's always been like this, but she could use her celebrity and not worry about anything, because again, she's got the machine, she's got the budget. Rihanna, same way. But both of them choose to be a part of what is going on with the brand, and they want to have a more hands-on approach as opposed to like a Beyonce. Do y'all feel what I'm saying in the chat? Do y'all feel what I'm saying? Like, I may try it again. Yes. You should. I agree, Nikki. Beyonce relied on her celebrity, and that proved that, okay, you only can work on that. You only can rely on that, but for so long, because then it gets tired, right? That's what happened with Beyonce. When Beyonce came out with House of Darion, everybody was on it. Everybody was on it. The next thing she came out with, and then she came out with her collab, and everybody was rocking it. Everybody was excited about it. And then she wasn't wearing it no more. It wasn't doing anything. It wasn't even doing numbers. Like, everything should have been sponsored by that. Everything should have been sponsored by that. If we didn't learn anything, did y'all remember when Rihanna did the Super Bowl? Now, they say that they don't get paid to do those things, right? So Rihanna said, well, I'm going to turn this into a whole commercial for my own stuff. Everything was Fenty. Everything was Fenty. Everything was that. Everything was Rihanna. She made so much money off of that. She had her ads based off of that. The foundation with the football colors was genius. She made so much money off of that because she's going to use the opportunity to promote her brand, right? Now, I need to look into it and see when Beyonce did it, what she was selling and how did that go and stuff like that. But that was the perfect scenario of using your celebrity, using a momentum, using the opportunity to do something like the Super Bowl, to put your brand in front of all of the people. How many people are watching the Super Bowl? She could have just been Rihanna and just did a song. She chose to represent herself and her brand, and she halftime killed it. Halftime killed it. Let me see if I got the numbers in here from halftime. Let me see. Do I have the numbers from halftime? Wait. I know I spoke about it. I gotta have it somewhere. Let me see. Okay. During the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show, there was 118 million viewers. So she maximized on this opportunity, right? She publicly touched up her face using Fenty Beauty's Invisimatte powder. This single authentic moment generated 5.6 million in media value within 12 hours. An 833% spike in Google searches. Everybody wanted to know what she was blotting her face with. Everybody wanted to know what she was blotting her face with. She's photographed consistently using Fenty products on movie sets and at events. You don't think that she don't use her products. Everybody thinks Rihanna uses, and she may not even use them at all, right? Everybody thinks that Rihanna uses her products. Why? Because she's doing tutorials. Everywhere she is, she has her stuff. Like, everybody believes that. So if that's the case with her, and if she still needs to show up, then don't you think that as business owners, and we don't have that machine behind us, but we do have access to social media. We do have access to, to be all over the world. And at one time on one or two platforms or a few platforms, period. If only we show up, and if only we spoke about our business, and if only we believed in our business, if only we showed up with our products in our hands, if only we talked about how we clean our face with our stuff. You know what I'm saying? If only we talked about our stuff as much as she's shown talking about her stuff. You'd be like, oh, Nikki, that's only because she's a celebrity and everybody is looking at her content. Well, everybody is looking at her content is because she included them and she built, keyword, she built that community. She built that community. She built that trust factor. She built that relationship with them. It didn't just happen overnight. Some things that happened just because of who she was, right? But the majority of it is because of the impact that she created when she built these relationships with these people. And not big brands I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that, real people. She built relationships with real people. Influencers, yes, the influencers, she invited the influencers out to her events, and she was there with them. Right? She wasn't there and sitting in her VIP booth. Rihanna was out there at all the events. You see her in the events, talking to the people, coming through the room, welcoming everybody in, taking pictures, doing selfies, doing videos, creating that content, those viral moments for those influencers. Do you think that those viral moments that she was creating built a certain kind of relationship with them to her brand? Now everybody is like, yo, Rihanna's dope. Yo, she invited me to her event, and I took pictures with her. She sat down with me. We did content together. She continues to invite me to stuff like this. Don't you think that means more to them than that product, that free product or that PR package that they got sent? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. And while y'all tell me in the chat, I'm gonna see what y'all said in the in here. Beyonce has reached a level where Beyonce had reached a level where's more fantasy than relatable. Her career was carefully crafted that way. She knows folks are going to buy because it's Beyonce. Yep, but it's also going to flop because it's Beyonce too. Because as you can see, Adidas, I think they got in the red with Beyonce. They got in the red with her because they relied on her celebrity as well. For a long time, I never knew House of Darion was even Beyonce's brand when it first dropped. Oh, shake your Darion, House of Darion. Whatnot has potential to be amazing for my business. I just have to find my sweet spot. Yep. They are shadow banning stuff on TikTok. They bought TikTok under the disguise of kids. They bought TikTok under the disguise of kids, but in reality, it was a ploy. It was a ploy. What's that thing that Candy's on said? It was a ploy to control media and information, period. You already know. Tinfoil hat. That's why I love Riri. Yep. And when Ivy Park dropped, it crashed the site. Nope. She wore a few pieces on her tour. Everything else was high fashion designers. Like, no high fashion designer should have been on your tour. None of them. You should have been rocking. You should have had Adidas make you some custom Ivy Park stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it should have been nobody but Ivy Park on there. That's what Rihanna does. I mean, she still does her designer stuff. But when you see her doing something, she's doing it for the people. It's for the people. It's relatable. Long gone are those days when people is just about the celebrity and the celebrity could just attach their name to something. Those days are gone. Now people want people that relates to them, right? Because in reality, the influencers are the new celebrity, right? The influencers are the new celebrities. And this is why they are going to all of the people that have huge followings, Kai Cenat, Jackie Aina, going to these types of people to have them do whatever it is that they want, because they know that they got the eyes and the ears of the people. They know that they got the eyes and the ears of the people. So this is why they're going to the celebrities. This is why they're paying attention to what's going on, because they know that people are now moving away from that movement, and they're now going into it's the power of the influencer right now. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Let me know in the chat if y'all feel what I'm saying. I still rock my Ivy Park. I would too, especially if I got it. I'm wearing it till the wheels fall off. I'm wearing it till the wheels fall off. Let me see. I think she was rocking Ivy Park back when it first came out, but that was years before her tour. I think they tried to kind of make it exclusive. I love the burgundy and orange colorways. I loved it too, but it was in the stores. So it wasn't that exclusive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they put it in the stores, but the people got to buy it. The people got to know that you're wearing it. They got to know that you're wearing it. And if you're not showing up wearing it, they don't believe you. You need more people. I don't believe you. You need more people. Rihanna disrupted the market when she shows up the way she does. When she showed up the way she did. Yes. She sure did. And not only did she disrupt the market, she disrupt the way people, the consumers, and the way people did business. Because now she made it so that everybody from the lightest light to the darkest dark had a foundation shade. She wanted to make sure that it was inclusive. And you know what she did? She went and found influencers that were in those color families, and she tested the products on them to make sure that these products are going to work. Asked them if they were going to work, wanted their feedback, wanted to know how the product felt on their skin. She was very involved in the business. She was very involved in the business. And the lesson from that is that you need to be involved, and you need to start building community, and you need to start talking to the people. You need to be on the ground floor talking about, did you like it? What is there anything that I can do differently? How did it feel on your skin? Is there anything that I can do different? We are so afraid to ask those type of questions because we think that we're supposed to already have it together. Your product is always going to be able to be better. You can tweak your products all the time. It is okay to ask your customer base, hey, I want to know, this soap is something that, or you maybe want to test it out. Hey, I'm looking for some people to test this out for me. I think it's amazing, but I want to know, on different skin types. Do you feel the same way? I created the oatmeal and honey soap. How does it feel on your face? Can you try it for a week? Can you try it for a month? And then come back to me and let me know what your thoughts are. But because we think that the product needs to be finished and it has to already be together, we are afraid to ask those type of questions. And so if Rihanna's out in the streets doing these things, then why don't we think that it should apply to our business? Why do we think that our business is different than that? Right? We don't have the budget that she has, and that's one thing that we can say. We don't have the budget to do this and do all this testing and do all of this, but we do have the opportunity. We have the what's the word I'm looking for? Why are my words escaping me? The ability to be on social media and interact with our customers, because our customers, again, will become our advocates. You build those relationships, and them relationships will grow. If you nurture them, they will definitely grow. You can't leave your people on red. A lot of the times we don't speak to our customers. We don't ask them anything. We don't ask for their feedback. We just assume they like it, or we assume that they don't if they don't engage. You know what I'm saying? And that may not even be the case. We need to start building those types of relationships with our people. So let me see. When Ivy Park came out, she was sending stuff to celebrities, and that's still not relatable to everyday people. Right. The celebrities got that package, and they thought, okay, well, more celebrities mean there's more eyes on the product. More eyes on the product will translate to more people going to the store to get the stuff. Not so much. Not so much. Rihanna changed the retail game with her groundbreaking subscription model. Now everyone is trying to do it. That's part of it. That's part of it. That is part of it. Like with the onesies, yes, that's part of it. The way that she thought was genius. And I don't know, she got a machine and she got a team, but the way she thought about things was genius. And that's not even just with the clothing, with the lingerie or the undergarments. She thought about everybody, and that's what's broadening her influence thing. That's broadening her influence. Why? Because not only am I doing the shades that are popular and people always do. Now I'm gonna stretch this thing on out, and I'm gonna do more shades, right? Because they're all of the big beauty brands were excluding these colors, and so people had to mix things in order to make their foundation work. I know y'all might be like, well, Nikki, your complexion is good. My complexion, I could never find my complexion because of the tone, right? And so I will always have to mix foundations, or I would have to do different things in order for my foundation to work. And so what she did was she included everybody, especially if you are um albino, or especially if you are like the darkest dark. They're dark, they try to make it black, and it had no red undertone. It had nothing in it that would match a dark person's skin. And so people had to come up with different ways to be creative to come up with these foundation types. And major brands wouldn't do these foundation types because they think that it's not going to sell. And what Rihanna showed you, like, hey, I'm going to hit this entire spectrum, and I bet you they sell. And they did. And they did. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bet you they're gonna sell, and I'm going to use the influencers that have been trying to figure out what they're, trying to make their foundation colors so that they can wear foundation. I'm going to hire them, or I'm going to send them on I'm gonna put them on this project and see how that works on their skin. And that is how she won the hearts of everybody. And that's the same thing with the clothing, right? She didn't just do the body type girl. She didn't do the Victoria's Secret type girl. She did everybody. She did everybody type. And she didn't just include the people in her age range. She included everybody. And so this is another point, is that she included everybody, but she still talks to the Rihanna girl. Right? She still speaks to the Fenty girl. She's still going to speak the way that she wants to speak to her audience. And just because she has included other audiences with her, including them in her, not cycle. Dang it. Why am I losing all my words? She didn't change her demographic to include everybody, right? She said, if you like this, here you go. But this is still my demographic. If you like this, here you go. But this is still my demographic. This is for the girl. I'm still going to speak like the way I speak. Stun of this, butter, all those type of things. I'm going to still speak the way I speak. But if you like it because it includes you, because it fits you, then wear it. If you like it because it includes you, because it is your shade, then wear it. The young girls love her foundation because they're going to continue to buy it all the time. The older women like, oh, I found something that's going to match my skin. It's going to make my skin feel great, and it's going to look good. They are going to be fine with buying once in a while, but the younger people are going to be the ones that's going to be buying consistently. Why? Because they're going to be trying out the new products. She'll be able to test new things with them. She'll be able to go expand a little more and try something a little different than just the regular thing, right? Because older women is going to buy the same things all the time. They're not trying to do all these new eye looks. They're not trying to, they don't need day, evening, and all these other looks for their looks for the day, right? They are basically going to be wearing the same makeup. They're not going to be using it as often because they're not out here doing tutorials unless they are, you know what I'm saying? So they're not going to be using it up as much. So she got to make sure that she keeps her hands on the pulse, her finger on the pulse, and her finger on the pulse is the youth. And because that's who's going to buy, but that's who she's going to continue to speak to, but she's also going to talk to the other people as well. Right? So, but it's not going to be, I'm selling to everybody. I'm selling to this girl, but I'm also going to be appealing to these people too. You see what I'm saying? And so what we do as entrepreneurs is we think that because we want everybody to be our customer, everybody should buy. We think that we should talk to everybody. But the real deal is that you can't speak to everybody because everybody is not going to speak the language that you want to speak. So you got to make sure that you speak the language to the people that are your people. Right. And I'm not talking about slang and things like that. I'm just talking about how you speak to people. People from ages 20 to 65 have so many different life cycles going on in there that you can't speak to everybody. You cannot speak to everybody the same way because life is not lifing for them the same way. Things are going to be happening at different cycles of life. Some people are going to be moms, some people are not. Some people are going to have families already. Some people are not. Some people are going to be divorced. Some people are going to, there's going to be a whole lot of different life going on in there. And so it's going to be hard to try to speak to all of those people. So you got to speak to the one people and show like, yes, they may like it as well, but I'm not going to keep changing my language every single time I'm trying to say, oh, well, they might like it. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if I'm resonating with y'all. Let me know if I'm resonating with y'all. Beyonce is learning though. Last summer, she had a secret event at Ulta with influencers from all over. Yep. I think she's changing the way that she's doing business. And I think that the people that are around her is telling her she has to evolve. And maybe she already wanted to do it and they didn't want her to. Like, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what the real deal is. She could have been wanting to do it, and they like, no, it's going to cause this, it's going to cause mayhem and da 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 da. And maybe that's why it didn't happen. We don't know. Right? Let me see. Kim Kardashian's masterclass is everything. Yes, it's so good and so many gems. It is so good. So good. It is. And there's so much you could learn. You know what I mean? I may not like Kim Kardashian for a lot of different things, but as a businesswoman, yes. Okay. Rihanna will stop a total stranger and compliment them on their outfit and tell them how pretty they are, period. And this is why people love her, because they like, oh, you see me. You know what I mean? You see me. Good morning, Martini. Good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? Rihanna did a Super Bowl collection for Fenty, period. Everything was available. You like it? It's available on the site right now. Go shut it down. Go run it up. That's what Rihanna said. Go run it up on the site. Let me see. Beyonce wore a few Ivy Park pieces on her Renaissance tour. She had a cute sparkling long shirt that I absolutely love. That was like the football shirt, right? Was that the football shirt? Beyonce's Ivy Park drops were so dope. They were. It was like the Hunger Games trying to get in and get your stuff. Hopefully it was still in your cart by the time you checked out. Let's see. Rihanna announced her pregnancy and newish in 13 minutes. Genius. Yep, I always see her using her products. She talks about her products too, period. She washing her face with her products. She is trying different things. Oh, let me try this balm gloss. Let me show you what it looks like. Oh, look at this lip combo. Oh, look at this. Oh, I'm going to do my makeup. She's using her products all the time. So you don't ever worry. You don't ever question if she doesn't use her products, because I see her using her products. She may switch that out after the video is over. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? She may switch that out, but what we see is she looked like she using her stuff, and it looked like it works, and it looked like it's simple, right? She's always showing up. She knew that would get the people talking and buy in. Yep. Rihanna will even put you in your place if you're wrong. She's real. A scheme set up by Tide. Yes. I was like, it's something. Beyonce, let me see. Beyonce is based on aspiration. Rihanna is personable and attainable. Yep. And I think that's what the people, that's what's making people this provocative. It gets the people going. Yep, that's why Beyonce had that Ulta event in LA with influencers for her Creed event. Her secret. Why do I want to say Creed? Her secret event. Yep. Good morning, Queenie. Good morning. Queenie's in the building. Good morning, Queenie. Not gonna lie, she did her big one when she had Gucci Mane for her icy Ivy Park drop. Listen, all of those is dope. Oh, I thought the Ivy Park, I thought it was a dope concept. I thought it was a super dope concept. I did. But I think it had the potential to be so much more. They usually have no dimension. Tell them, Martini. Tell him I was so impressed by her foundation. I was so impressed by her foundation. It matched my skin perfectly. She saw a major pain point and solved it. Period. Period. What's missing? And that's a great point. So thank you for bringing that up, sis. What's missing in the market? What problem do your product solve? This is how you're going to get the people. This is how you're going to grab them. This is how you're going to have them in a chokehold. Because if you know that your product solves a problem more than anything else out here, guess what? You need to be talking about that from the mountaintops. You need to be yelling it. You don't need to be hiding talking about you scared to be on social media. You don't like social media. You don't want to. You need to be screaming that from the mountaintops, because that is what's going to grab. That's what's going to make the people say, I need that thing. Right? That's going to make them, they're going to say, you solved the problem. They're not going to say it like that, but you solved the problem. I've been looking for a product that was going to help me with my acne. I was looking for a product that was going to help me de-stress from my corporate job. I was looking for something that was going to help soothe my eczema. I was looking for something that was going to do X, Y, and Z. I've been looking for those things. That is what's going to be your best seller ever. If you show up as the solution to somebody's problems, that is it. That is all. It is nothing like, oh, well, I got to know the magic behind this. And, I really got to study this. And no, you don't. You just got to solve a problem and you got to show up. That's it. That is how simple, in a nutshell, that is just how simple it is to move a product. You solve a problem, you show up, and you let them know that you got the solution. So you're going to talk to the people and their problems. You're going to show the solution, and you're going to show how the solution works. And then you're going to show reviews about the solution working for other people. And if it worked for them, it's going to work for you. And this is going to do what? Create what? Social proof. This is going to create the social proof. Y'all with me or no? Let me know if y'all with me. Let me know if y'all with me in the chat. Hey, Metame. Hey, Metame. She said, hey, y'all. Hey, Sheila from VA says, Rihanna's business model has been studied by Harvard Business and Rotman School of Management. What an achievement. Yes, indeed. Her management team, she had definitely know what they're doing. And even if you like, well, like Sheila from VA said, even if you're hiring people, this is why it's important for you to hire people that are smarter than you, because they're going to think outside of the box. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room, but you could just have the smartest people in the room on your team. Yeah. Let me see. I think I'm missing something. It's resonating. Good. I think Beyonce did it right. She laid the foundation personally and professionally. She has built a long-lasting legacy no matter what people think. And now she can move, and she can do more with the people. Okay. I think she's built legacy on her music. As far as products are concerned, that's a different thing. But as far as her music is concerned and who she is and how she built that up, for sure, all day. Let me see. To be as big as she is, she had to ensure she set the personal foundation to keep herself grounded. And look at her now. No matter what people think, she is that girl. She is that girl, but musically. She is that girl, but musically. And I think Rihanna has taught her, and then this is not to take anything away from Beyonce, because I still think Beyonce is dope. But as far as products are concerned, like, there is something to learn when you're using, when you're resting on a celebrity to see if that's going to move things. And it's trial and error, right? Because she had to set the tone for everybody else that is doing it, right? So she had to set the stage for Rihanna. It wasn't like Rihanna set the stage for herself, right? She has set the stage, and it's like, okay, well, I seen what you did, and I'm going to do something different. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to do something different. And I think Beyonce learned from how Rihanna set the stage how Rihanna started doing her products and embodying the brand. She was like, I got to change that around. Like Chantel was saying for Secret, I got to change this around. People got to see me actually wearing it, not just when I'm promoting it, but you got to see me using the thing all of the time in order for me to be relatable to the people. Right? In order for me to be relatable to the people, I got to make sure that I'm showing up within the brand. I can't just say this is my brand and that's enough. Right? Yep, the football jersey looking one. I love that one. It was super cute. It was super cute. Hey, Kay, the manager. Hey, Kay, the manager. I gotta do more social proof. I have so much content. It's been so busy. I gotta put them on I gotta put that on my IG. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. That social proof is gonna get you every time. Right? Because people need to see your products in other people's hands. Kay said B's products always flop. They do. And and again, I think it's because about being relatable. You know what I mean? They think, I don't know. And again, I can't say this is what she does. I can't say this is her intention behind things. But if you don't show up wearing your stuff and you're not even reposting the people that are wearing your stuff, like now I seen them, they started reposting and they started doing stuff like that. They're trying to make it different because they know that they can't do it the way that they was doing it before. And again, that's not to take away from who she is. I think Beyonce, as far as her stage, her performances and her vision for what she wants to do as far as her pop stardom, as far as that's concerned, she's a genius. She's a genius. But as far as her marketing and putting her products out there and making sure that she has the pulse of the people, not so much. Not so much. And I think it's because they don't relate to her. Okay, Chantel said, "Don't do my girl like that. You know Beyonce is her girl. Don't hate me, but Rihanna can't sing. She can't. She can't. I don't know how she even got put on, but that's not to say that she can't hire a team that's gonna do the job for her, because she surpassed Beyonce as far as her money is concerned. So if she could sing or not, that don't matter, right? Who said I write checks? Who said that? Something about I write checks. Who said that? I think it might have been Puffy. But you don't have to. This is the thing. This is the thing with me too. You want to be you. It's not about being the best. It's not about being the best. It's about who's the smartest. It's about who's communicating it the best. Who's communicating it the best is going to be who has their hands on the community. Who's doing it better? That's what's mattering. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think Rihanna could sing. I really don't. I don't even know how she got signed, because I seen the talent show and I was like, girl, why did we sign that? Well, not we, because I didn't have nothing to do with it. But what was the allure of this? But if you let my conspiracy hat start tinging and pinging, I got a lot of conspiracy thoughts about that. But she turned her little 5 minutes into something. She turned her little 5 minutes into a month. Okay, Rihanna did that. Don't hate me, but Rihanna can't sing. That got her in, but that wasn't gonna be long lasting for her. So they both played on their strengths, which gave them the flexibility to try other things. Okay. Let's see, but love her makeup. But that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about the music. We're talking about her makeup and her brands. As far as her singing is concerned, and if you let my mother tell it, my mother tell you she don't think Beyonce could sing either. If you let my mother tell it, she don't think Beyonce can sing. But it's the businesswomen they became. And like I said, Beyonce is a beast when it comes to her stage performance, what she wants to wear, what she wants to look like, what she wants people to see, the experience that she wants people to have. She is a beast at that, for sure. I give that to her all day long, right? I give it to her all day long. But as far as if you're looking at it as a product-based business, Rihanna got that one. You know what I'm saying? Rihanna got that one. Beyonce got the memo. She sure did. Beyonce got the memo. Her celebrity won't sell her product. Secret was her aha moment, period. And then, so let's see this. So as we've seen, right? Because I don't hear much about this, so I don't even know if it's even popping. But Rihanna tested the waters. Now I can't say who had what first, but Rihanna was testing the hair waters. The hair waters didn't work as well for her. right? Because I think they kind of was doing it near the same time. They were kind of doing it near the same time. That didn't work for her, right? She thought, oh, I'm gonna test this out, see if this work. It didn't. I don't know if it didn't work. I just know that I don't see it the way that I seen. I saw it start, and that's all I did. I seen it start. That's it. But Beyonce's hair thing, her secret, I saw that more. You know what I'm saying? So everything don't work for everybody, but it's for sure about the team that you have around you. It's for sure about the team that you have around you. I agree. Beyonce musically is talented. She's a beast. However, products, nope. Rihanna is dope when it comes to products and sales. She is. She is. And it's about the team that you put around you. It's for sure about the team that you put around you. Good morning, Raynita. Good morning, good morning, good morning. She said, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Rodney Gilda. Come on, Rodney Gilda said Kelly Rowland sings better than Beyonce. She does. She does. And I heard Michelle sing better than both of them. But I'm just saying, Kelly Rowland, it's the truth. Beyonce was the face, and Beyonce, and again, it's not to say she did not work hard to get where where she's at. She bust her behind, and it was a lot of dedication. It was a lot of dedication for her to get to where she is and to stay where she's at, right? But listen, Kelly can sing better than Beyonce. Rodney Gilda's telling the truth. He is telling the truth. But she's a beast on that stage, period. Nobody could mess with her on that stage. Nobody could mess with her. I've been using Secret on my lock since it launched, and it is definitely the best hair care I use. And I think that that needs to be, people really need to, I don't think it's hitting the way it should be hitting, because they need to be out here and letting people know. Because if it's the best hair care that you've ever used, then the world needs to know that. And she's got the machine to make sure that happens. Like, she could be doing more events, inviting more of the people out there, especially those micro influencers, especially people who just love her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're going to have the people that love your music and going to come out, but the people that really do the hair videos and stuff like that, those are the people that's going to keep on talking about you, right? The people that's going to be in the salons, those are the people that's going to keep on talking about you. Right? That's the same way, like I was talking about Rihanna. Rihanna's going to make sure that the youth has her products in their hands, because they're on social media all day because they can. They don't have jobs, they don't have families, they don't have children that they got to take care of, so they can produce as many videos as they want. And so the older people are not going to do that. They're going to maybe give you a video once a week. If they're influencers, they'll give you once a week or once a month or whatever. But she knows that the youth is going to do that. Beyonce need to be doing it. All these people out here doing all these hair care videos. Matter of fact, Jules' daughter is the perfect one. Rihanna's out here doing wig videos, hair videos. She need to be putting that product in her hand. Millions of views on her videos. She need to be putting that product in her hand. They need to have their hands on the pulse of the of what's going on right now. You can't do business the way you've been doing business before. This is a different wave. Right? Like I said, this is the year of this is not the year, but this is the time that the influencers have more influence than the celebrities. This is the time when the influencers are more popular than the celebrities. Again, Casanat. How many of these influencers are just influencers, right? Just because they're off of TikTok, Twitch, and all these other platforms. This is who needs their hands. Why do you think Kevin Hart went to go to Casanat's thing? Because he know that's where the people are. Why is everybody going on to Casanat's show? Because they know that's where the people are. They're trying to learn from Casanat. Just like Cam on his show, he invited De'Ara. De'Ara's from YouTube, and he wanted to know how she grew on YouTube, because he wants to know, this is where I'm at now. I don't play football anymore. This is where I'm at right now. I'm an influencer on the internet right now, and how can I grow my platform the way you grew your platform? What did your YouTube checks look like? What did this look like? Look, he's sitting there doing research off De'Ara. This popular football player is doing research on De'Ara because she has something that he did not have. She has her people in her church. Like, she has her community. She built a community off of her personality, off of what she did on a video on YouTube. So if this is what they're doing, this is how they're learning, then this is something that Beyonce needs to be doing too. She needs to be saying, I really need to be out here. I really need to be getting my stuff. We need to be in the salons. We need to be talking to these hair influencers. We need to be out here in these streets, because these are the people who are, everybody's looking for them to get their tutorials. Everybody's looking to see how to make their hair grow. Everybody's looking to see how they could do protective styles and what products should they use to help their hair grow, help their hair do this, and help their hair. This is what she needs to be doing. They got to change that mindset. And not to say that, they're not doing it right now, because I don't know what they're doing on the inside, but I'm just saying this is the direction. Why do you think you see Casanat at the shows? Why do you think you see, what is Chloe's baby's, what's his name? DG? RG, whatever his name is. Why you think they got them in Italy and at all these shows front and center? Because they know that their name is going, or their influence is going to resonate with the people that they're trying to reach, the audience that they're trying to reach. This is why they're using these people. Let me see. Not fighting you, Melly Mel. Michelle Soprano. Wait. Michelle Soprano. Well, go Soprano. Whoa. Michelle's they're saying Michelle's voice is out of here. Top tier is what the streets are saying. Top tier what the streets is saying. No fighting from me. Her soprano is really soprano. I need to hear her sing stuff that isn't Destiny's Child. Yeah, you do. You have to hear her. Cause baby, her campaign starts off like that, then they lose momentum. And I think Beyonce is more focused on her music and touring. Yeah. Rihanna stopped making music to focus on Fenty. Absolutely. Plus, they not making no money from the stream. They're not making anything because the people aren't buying records and albums anymore. They're streaming. And so how can the people actually make money? That's what Prince was fighting for. Remember? Prince was fighting because he was like, I'm not putting my music on streaming platforms because I'm not making no money off of that. Do I really want the people to know what my music is, or do I want to make the money? Yeah, it's nice for people to love it and want to share it, but I need to be making money too. And I'm not making no money off these streams. Prince was fighting for it. So it's the same thing, you know what I mean? So I think Beyonce was concerned about, like Chantel was saying, about her music, because that was for her, right? That was for her. That was her goal. Rihanna didn't want to do music no more. Rihanna was like, I'm done. Everybody asking her for an album, and she keeps saying she ain't thinking about no album. She popping out babies. Back to back. She ain't thinking about no album right now. And not only is she popping out babies and not worried about an album, she made the most money that she did doing the business. Doing the business. And he wasn't ashamed to admit it and wanted to learn. Yep, ego has no place in business. Prince was not playing with y'all. Prince was like, own your masters, get your money, stop letting these record companies steal all your money. And when streaming happened, he was like, nope. No, my music cannot be on your platform. No, it cannot. So with that being said, does anybody want to add anything to this? I know this was a very touchy kind of thing, but I just want y'all to really focus and see, if the celebrities are doing certain things, then what is it that we can learn from them so that we can start applying it to us? Because of course we have to build our own stage. We have to build our own hype. At one point when I first started, because I came from YouTube as an influencer, I was relying, and I'm a perfect example. I was relying on not my customers. I was relying on my subscribers and my community that I built to be my target audience, to be my customers, and assuming because I had X amount of followers, of course I'm going to have X amount of sales, right? And that only worked for me for a little while. That only worked for me, I want to say maybe a month or so. It only worked for that, right? Because the people who were following me because I was in makeup only followed me because I was in makeup and I was doing makeup content. That's why they were following me. When I took it, when I said I want to run my and operate my own business and I started doing bath and body products, yes, they supported because of who I was, but they did not support because that's what they wanted, right? So I had to find my new community. And I say this all the time. I had to find the people. I had to relearn how I'm going to speak about my products. I had to find out where my people would be and be in those places and figure out how I can communicate with those people, because my makeup people were no longer my people that were buying my products. Now, not to say that they didn't follow what I was doing, but they weren't as involved in what I was doing because I wasn't doing the type of stuff that they wanted me to do. And that is okay, because that's what happens, right? They were following me because I did a certain thing. And then when I did a different thing, you're going to have some people that will come along with you for the ride, but they're also going to be the people that are going to fall off, and they're going to find somebody else that is doing what it is that they want to do. Somebody want to learn how to do something. They want to learn how to apply their foundation. They want to learn how to do their concealer. They want to learn different things. And if I'm not doing that, then why would they be watching me? I had to get, like, it was something like, oh, wow, they're not following me anymore. I don't have this many followers. I had a certain amount of followers on YouTube. I should have had that on my other channel. And it didn't happen like that. I had to find my people. And that's the same thing with the celebrities, right? You're going to have to find your people. When you start branching out, of course, Beyonce going to have people follow her because she ventured out into different things. They're going to automatically follow her because they love her. But once they start, doing whatever it is that they want to do, they got it one time, they're right, the hype is over. They're not going to continue to buy. And that's okay, because that's just how things happen. You know what I'm saying? That's just how things happen. The people that follow you for certain things will end up only following you for those certain things, right? And that's okay. The people that love my bath and body products, love my artistic dessert candles and dessert wax melts and stuff like that, it wasn't enough for me to sustain, right? Because the people wanted natural beauty. And so what I did was I evolved and I started doing natural beauty, because these things, they did work and they could sell, but what am I going to focus on? The majority of the people wanted this, a little bit of the people wanted this. I was trying to do both, and I can't speak to both people, because when I'm doing when I'm on my social media or when I'm communicating, I'm all over the place. And so my message seems scattered and I'm not concentrated. And so nobody knows where they belong, because I'm talking about everything. And that is the thing. And the reason why I say you got to learn how to, I don't want to say niche down, because everybody says that and it just seems like they putting you into a box, but you want to make sure that you have a space, and that space is where you speak from, because you can be authentic in that space, and they know that they're going to come to you because you do this. They're going to come to you because you're the expert in this. They're going to come to you because you know about this better than anybody else, right? And that is the thing that you get when you start doing business for some time. You'll get that clarity. You'll know, okay, I need to start bringing things down. I need to narrow what it is that I'm going to speak about, so that when the people are looking for me for natural products, they're going to come for natural products. I have to, sometimes when I'm even doing sugar scrubs and my brush me off soap, it's a fine line between how much content am I going to post about my sugar scrubs and about my body cocktail bar, and how much I'm going to post about my brush me off soap and any of my other natural care products, right? There's a very fine line on that, because I don't want somebody to come to my page looking for my natural care products and all they see is sugar scrub stuff, right? And I say all of that to say that I even go through it. It's not something, oh, you need to niche down because it's the trendy thing to do. No, you need to niche down so that people know that you're becoming the expert in that particular lane. Does that make sense? It does make sense, but let me know if it makes sense to you. Let me know if it makes sense to you. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. That saying she sells one of them hair hair bottles every 16 seconds. So seem like she is doing big things. Maybe the audience is marketing too. It's all good, because beauty supply products never did good for me. Okay. Beyonce and Miss Tina did a Christmas commercial for Ulta's favorite things. From a business viewpoint, Rihanna was wise enough to diversify by having more than one stream of income. Absolutely. Great coffee with Nikki, as always. Thank you so much, Metame. Yep, CEO Shan said, follow the numbers. Yes. Yes. And you'll see if you are consistent enough in posting, you will see. Metame is a prime example too. So instead, before she was focused on, and this is what she shares with you all too, right? She was focused on the coffee. She was focused on the coffee scented candles. And this is what she was trying to do. And then she started figuring out what her niche was. She started, really zeroing in on who her market is and how she's going to communicate with them. When you figure out how to communicate with your audience, you'll feel more confident about it. You know that now, okay, now I don't feel like I got to talk to everybody. So now I feel comfortable. And I don't mean like talking to everybody like you shy or anything. I mean like trying to mix up and dilute your message because you're trying to get everybody and say, well, I got to talk to the coffee people. I got to talk to the candle people. I got to talk to all of these people and I got to get it together. And it's like, once you start getting into your groove, you're like, this is it. This is it. Because now you know that you only got to shoot from one you shooting from the same place, right? And so you confident because you have all the facts, you know all of this. You're not thinking, oh, I'm gonna bore the candle people because I'm talking about the way coffee is roasted, or I'm gonna bore the people because they don't care about coffee, they just want the candles. Now you don't have to worry about these mixed messages being sent out because now you can focus on what your true message is and what your true brand is all about. Right. And so that's something that you learn when you're consistent enough in your business, because if you listen to the people will guide you on what the things that they want. They will guide you on those things. Right. And for me, I started out doing the Bath and Body products. I started out doing the candles and the wax melts. And matter of fact, one of the things that was why I'm even here today is because I wanted my frosting to look like real frosting. I wanted my wax products to look like real desserts. I didn't want them to look like projects. And that's what I seen on the market. I'm like, nobody is mastering this whipped frosting. Nobody is doing it the way that it need to be done. And then I said, you know what? Let me do it. And I started doing it. Not to say that I'm responsible for anybody's anything, but because that video for me went viral, that is why I'm in front of you. Because that is why I came back to YouTube. That's why I came back to YouTube. So I was doing all of those things, but then I seen that, okay, that's okay, but that's not what's selling for me. That's not what's moving for me. Let me try, people are asking for the natural soap. Nikki, what are you putting on your skin? What are you doing for your skin? Oh, that looks good. Oh, Nikki, you should do a brush soap. And that went right in the line with what I want. I'm going to make a brush soap. I'm not just going to make a brush soap that everybody is making on the market. I'm going to formulate my own brush soap. And this is what I'm going to do. This brush soap has now been 10 plus years. 10 plus years. I'm going to make it this way because I'm a soap maker. I'm going to formulate it the way that I do it. I'm not going to do what everybody else is doing. I'm going to do this way. I can speak about my product confidently. I could talk about why my product is so great because I didn't replicate anybody else's thing. I said, how am I going to make it and how I'm going to make it better for everybody else? So now I can shoot from the hip with no problem. No problem talking about my brush soap. Why? Because I believe in what I did. I did dessert candles because I could. I did dessert candles because I was tired of looking at everybody's projects. And I'm like, I could do better than that. That's how I learned how to do that. And that is why I'm here today. That is exactly why I'm here today. Let me see. Bridgerton season 4 releases tomorrow. Sorry, off topic. I know. Yes, and yes. My friend is actually doing a Bridgerton. She did it last year too, but the Snob Love Bar, she's doing another Bridgerton thing. I love her soap, so beautiful. Yes, and yes. I worked hard building my IG, and I don't want people to come on. I don't want people to come on for one thing and get confused about what I offer. Perfect. What I offer, perfect. This and growth will happen naturally. Period. This will it will happen naturally. If you don't know exactly where you are going to, what you want to do with your business, be consistent. If you don't know where you want to go with your business, or you don't know where your business is going, be consistent. That consistency is going to show you what you need to add, drop, or multiply. Well, add and drop, whatever. It will do that. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it will show you what the people want. The people will let you know what they want. We don't listen to the people. The people will say, oh, we want this in a bigger size, and you keep offering the 2-ounce size, and guess what? They're going to find somebody else. They're not going to buy more 2 ounces. They're going to go somewhere else that's to somebody that got the bigger size because they've been saying that this is what they want. Right? They've been saying this is what they want. And so if you're consistent enough, you'll be able to figure out what it is that really, when you hit your pocket, you hit your stride, you're going to know. You're going to know, but you have to be consistent. I need everybody, before we leave, I need y'all to say consistent. I don't care if you don't like social media. I don't care if you don't like the way you sound. I don't care if you feel like you fidget in front of the camera. I fidget in front of the camera every day. I fidget and fumble. How many words did I lose in this whole conversation just now? I fidget and fumble all the time, but the proof of the matter, the thing of the matter is I'm going to show up, period. I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up fumbling. I'm going to show up stuttering. I'm going to show up knowing what I'm talking about. I'm going to show up not knowing what I'm talking about, but I'm going to show up. You've got to show up enough in your business to know what's going to work for you. If you don't show up, you're going to keep on trying to do things like some people keep on trying to push these reed diffusers and they know that they ain't moving. Then guess what? Or people trying to push some incense. They know that people don't know them for incense. Then what you got them there for? What are you moving these things for? If you know that people know you for soap, you better work that soap. You better work that soap, Chantel. You better work that soap, right? Melanie can tell you, I never learned so much about coffee in my life. But she talks about the coffee in ways that is digestible. She talks about like, oh, I didn't know that. Thank you. It's informative. You know what I'm saying? Like it's wow. And that's her thing. Now, should she be diluting her messages talking about the candle wax and the this and the throw and the I use this and I do this and I do that and I'm still trying to sell this coffee and this coffee does this? That's mixing the messages. Right? Because your coffee lovers may not be candle lovers and your candle lovers may not be coffee lovers. It's a fine line. It's a fine line. But if you're consistent enough, you'll know how to speak to your audience because you'll see the patterns that keep on happening. And you're like, okay, so they like the videos when I do this. This is how I do a lot of ASMR videos now on Bubble Babes. Why? Because the people, those get thousands and thousands of views. They love the ASMR videos. So I'm going to give them more of that. But I know that because I'm consistent. I know that because I keep on putting that kind of content out. And so, or I keep on putting enough content out to see which one is going to perform well. Yes. All right. So we got consistency in the chat, y'all. Y'all got to be consistent. You got to be consistent because this is the way that you're going to be able to measure what's going on. What you measure gets measured. What you measure gets managed. Right. It's the only way. You've got to be consistent. You've got to show up. You've got to do the work. You've got to post. You've got to do the thing. It's not going to happen if you just hoping and wishing and praying and just waiting for it to happen. Or I'm waiting for my moment. I'm waiting for. How's the moment going to happen if you ain't showing up? You got to show up. You got to show up. You got to show up. That's self. You got to show up. I swear I be thinking, damn, they tired of hearing about this coffee. But it be new people on every time. That's why we can't stand in our own way. Period. I be trying to read it the way y'all say it, and that's how I be getting tripped up. But yeah, that's period. Period. You got to think every time you come on is new people. If we continue to think that everybody knows what it is that we have when we get on, then we're going to be doing ourselves a disservice because the goal is to have new eyes on us. The goal is to keep on drilling the information into your head. Why? Because major brands do that all the time. What makes you different? Major brands will have their commercial on as many times as they have a budget for. They don't care if you see the same thing. They don't care if you see the tiger talk about they're great. They don't care if you see it a million times. The goal is for you to repeat it. The goal is for it to be etched in your brain. That's the goal. They're not saying, oh, they seen it one time. I don't want them to get tired of me talking about this. I don't want them to get tired of them seeing my cartoon or my commercial. I don't want them to get tired of that. I don't want them to get tired of that. They're not thinking that. They want to get in front of you as much as they can. And they're going to reinforce it. They're going to be in the movie theater. They're going to be on the screen. They're going to be everywhere. Why? Because they are drilling it into your head. If they are programming it into your head, why do you think that your small business is any different? You're talking about you don't want people to be, I don't want to keep on talking about the same thing. They're going to say that I keep talking about this. I don't want them to think. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. You are a small brand, and that's why you need to do it even more. That's why you need to do it even more, because you don't have the budget to be at the movie theater promoting. You don't have the budget to be on a commercial. You don't have the budget to be on YouTube being the commercials for the videos. I mean, the video commercials on YouTube. You don't have that budget. So since you don't have that budget, but you do have free social media access, use it. Use it. You got the product, you got the talent, you got the business, sell it. Right? Let me know if y'all with me in the chat before we wrap it up. Let me know if y'all feel me. Let me know in the chat. Come on. Let me know in the chat. We got to explain. We got to talk about it. How many times y'all hear me talk about my brush me off soap, cleans, conditions, and sanitizers in one easy step? How many times do y'all hear me say that my son had eczema and that is the reason why I started my business? How many times did y'all hear me say that I made that oatmeal and honey soap for my son's eczema and that's the first soap that I made from scratch? How many times did y'all hear me say that I use my oatmeal and honey soap and my About Face serum and that is my 2-step skincare routine? How many times do you hear me say that? Or how many times do you hear me say I naturally remove the makeup off my brushes using this, or I naturally remove the makeup off my face by using this? That is because it needs to be said, because new people are going to be listening, plus other people who may have not been paying attention. They may have been scrolling. Maybe it didn't mean anything at that particular moment in time, but now, since maybe they started doing makeup, now it means something to them. So that is why you got to keep on repeating yourself. Yes, you may sound like a broken record, and yes, you don't want to sound like it, but it's okay. You're going to sound like it when you're in business. Everything is repetitive. This is the way you learn. This is the way you learn from when you are a little kid. It's all about repetition. Same thing. Same thing in business. Same thing in business. So with that being said, y'all, today was a good day. Today was a good day. I hope that nobody's taking anything personally, right? Nobody's taking anything personally. I don't think I said anything rude, right? I don't think I did. So, with that being said, make sure y'all follow me on all social media. I am Bubble Babes, Babez University, everywhere. Follow me everywhere, and we'll talk more about. I think we're gonna talk more about. We'll see. Maybe we'll talk about more of Rihanna tomorrow, or maybe we'll talk about something different. But either way, it still resonates. It still is. I still want y'all to think that you have to be repetitive. I still want you to think that you got to be consistent. I still think that you need to show up for your brand. It's non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable. I don't care how uncomfortable you are. Figure out a way to be comfortable, or figure out how to do it anyway. Figure out how to do it scared. Figure out how to do it fearful. Figure out how to do it when you don't understand. Still figure it out, right? So all of those things I say with love, right? I say with love. I do. I be mad when you don't say it. Cleans, conditions, and sanitize, one easy step. So with that being said, y'all have an amazing day. I'm going to get ready for my little sale that I'm going to have on Whatnot. I'm going to be making custom perfume rollers. I will share my flyer on my story, so make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. And that is it. That is all. Oh, did y'all see let me show y'all something, because honey, I'm so happy with my little labels. I'll show y'all my stories. This is the pink ones, but these don't look as good as the gold ones. Look. One sec. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all real fast. All right, so these are the pink ones I made, but these are the colored foil labels. Look at this. Can y'all see that? And so this is what it looks like on the bottle. How cute are these? Whatever. They're foil labels. I will put them in my story, but they are super cute. So I got a tutorial on that. It'll be coming soon. But yeah. So with that being said, y'all make sure y'all follow me, and I'll talk to y'all later. Make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe. If you're catching the replay, put replay gang at the bottom. Let me know your thoughts if you have any. Also hit the notifications bell so you can be notified when we go live. We go live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. And that is it. That is all. Your girl is out of here. Thank you, y'all. Thank you. I will talk to y'all later.